Welcome one and all to a crash course on malware. Malware, short for malicious software, is any software designed to cause damage to a computer, server, client, or computer network. Let us compare it to a real-life example, like when you intentionally break someone's door in order to steal from them. The tool that you use in order to break that door, for example, a hammer, a chainsaw, whatever that may be, is the malware. It is the tool you use to do malicious things. Basically, the three purposes of malware is to steal sensitive information, corrupting data, and causing system failures. Now let's head into why you should be able to comprehend malware, and that is where the CMMS comes in. C for cybersecurity awareness. You have to be aware of something in order to recognize that it is a threat. P for preventative measures. If you already know that it is a threat, you have to strategize in order to protect yourselves from that threat. M for minimizing damage. If you can detect that there is malware in your device, you can easily remove it and mitigate the damage that it could possibly have caused. And lastly, S for safe computing practices. If you are an educated user, you are less likely to fall victim to malware. Now let's move on to the 13 types of malware. So I will be giving you their definition, examples, how they spread within your device, how it impacts you, and how to prevent it. Number 1. Viruses. It is a type of malware that attaches itself to a legitimate program and spreads from one computer to another, infecting files and programs. Examples are Melissa virus, I love you, and Configure. Here is a visual representation of the I love you virus. Its propagation method, or how it spreads within computer to computer, is through email attachment or software vulnerabilities. The impact of a virus within your device can cause corruption or deletion of data, system crashes, and disruption of operations. A way to prevent such things from happening is using an antivirus software. From the name itself, it removes viruses from your devices. Avoid opening suspicious attachments and regularly update your software. Number 2. Worms. Worms are standalone malware programs that replicate themselves to spread to other computers, usually over network. A difference between worms and viruses: viruses infect computers from the spread of files, while worms uses networks. For example, MyDoom, Stocknet, and Blasterworm. Its way to propagate within your device is through the usage of network vulnerabilities to spread. For example, when you use a public Wi-Fi to connect your device, you are vulnerable to worms. A way to prevent such things from happening is to use patch systems regularly, use firewalls, and employ network security measures. Number 3. Trojans. Just as the name was based off the Trojan horse from Greek mythology, Trojans disguise themselves as legitimate software to trick users into installing them, granting them attackers access to the infected system. For example, Zeus, Emotet, and TrickBot. How do they work? Trojans are often hidden in legitimate-looking emails or downloads. A Trojan's impact includes stealing data, installing additional malware, or taking control of your system. A way to prevent Trojans from infecting your device is being cautious when downloading software, using security softwares, and avoid clicking on unknown links. Number 4. Ransomware. Ransomware encrypts a user's files and demands a ransom payment for the decryption key. For example, WannaCry, CryptoLocker, and Ryuk. How does a ransom operate? Ransomware spreads through phishing emails or malicious downloads and encrypts files upon execution. For example, when a person locks your room and makes you pay for the key. Its impact includes financial loss, data loss, and operational disruption. How to prevent ransomware? Regularly back up data, use email security solutions, and educate users about phishing. Number 5. Spyware. Spyware is designed to secretly monitor and collect user information without their knowledge. For example, keyloggers, tracking cookies, and Pegasus. How does spyware work? Spyware collects data through keystrokes, screen captures, or tracking browsing habits. In worst cases, spyware can also gain access through your camera and accounts. The impact of spyware includes privacy invasions, identity theft, and data breaches. You can prevent spyware from using anti-spyware tools, regularly scan for malware, and avoid suspicious downloads. Number 6. Adware. Adware generates revenue by automatically displaying advertisements to the users. For example, pop-up ads, ad-injected softwares, etc. How does an adware operate? It is often bundled with free software and displays ads based on user activity. Its impacts include annoyance, potential privacy risk, and system slowdowns. To prevent adwares, you can use ad blockers, download softwares from reputable sources, and avoid suspicious websites. Number 7. Rootkits. Rootkits are designed to gain unauthorized or administrative access to a system and hide their presence. For example, Sony BMG rootkit or NT rootkit. They work by replacing system files or injecting themselves into system processes. Its impacts include security breaches, undetected malware operations, and difficult removal. A way to prevent a rootkit is by using rootkit detectors, enable secure boot, and regularly scan for malware. Number 8. Keyloggers. They record keystrokes to capture sensitive information like passwords and credit card numbers. For example, hardware keyloggers, software keyloggers. How do they operate? Keyloggers run in the background, logging all keystrokes made by the user. What does that mean? They can gather what you type and extract data from that. The impact of keyloggers are data theft, privacy invasion, and financial loss. A way to prevent keyloggers is using anti-keylogger software, employ secure typing methods, and regularly scan for malware. Number 9. Bots or botnets. Bots are individual computers infected with malware that allows them to be controlled remotely. A botnet is a network of these bots. For example, Mirai and Storm. How do bots work, you may ask? Bots spread through vulnerabilities or malicious downloads and are used to coordinate attacks like DDoS. An impact of a bot is network attacks, data theft, and resource hijacking. A way to prevent these bots is to use a firewall, update antivirus softwares, and monitor network activity. Number 10. Backdoors. Backdoors provide unauthorized access to a system, bypassing normal authentication mechanisms. For example, BackOrifice and FinSpy. A backdoor operates when they are installed through vulnerabilities or Trojan infections. Its impacts are the backdoor creator may gain unauthorized access to your information, they can steal your information, and compromise your system. A way to prevent backdoors from infecting your device is to secure coding practices, regular scans, and monitoring for unusual activity. Number 11. Phishing. And that's not the kind of phishing where you get fish. Phishing involves using deceptive emails, messages, or websites to trick users into revealing personal information. For example, email phishing and spear phishing. How does phishing work? Especially when there's not a beach or water involved. Phishers send fake messages pretending to be from legitimate sources to steal your information. So, what is the impact of phishing? These include data theft, financial loss, and identity fraud. A way to prevent phishing is from verifying email sources, avoid clicking on suspicious links, and use email security tools. Number 12. Scareware. Scareware tricks users into believing their computer is infected and prompts them to buy fake antivirus softwares. For example, fake antivirus alerts, fraudulent pop-ups, etc. How does a scareware operate? Scareware generates alarming messages to scare users into purchasing unnecessary software. Impacts are financial loss and unnecessary purchases. A way to prevent scareware is to use trusted security software, be skeptical of pop-ups, and avoid clicking unsolicited warnings. And finally, number 13, fileless malware. These operate in memory without installing files on the system, making it harder to detect. For example, PowerShell attacks and in-memory exploits. How does this work? It exploits existing system tools to execute malicious actions. Its impacts are difficulty in detection and removal, data theft, and system compromise. A way to prevent fileless malware is to use advanced security solutions, regularly monitor system activity, and update your software. So, what have we learned? And that is to protect yourselves not only in real life but also digitally. There are so many types of malicious softwares out to get you and your data. Always remember to be vigilant, install an antivirus, check your computer regularly,